And welcome to the Loading Screen episode number 38. Today is a very special edition of the Loading Screen if you have read the title of the stream itself. With me, as always, MonsterousRage and Angry Iceberg. But today we do have a very special guest. I am the Blue Ranger, also known as the Cap Wearing Cat. And today we're going to be talking about the PS4. We're going to be talking a little bit about Rise of Iron, amongst other things. But first, we are going to go ahead and jump into the PS4. Sony announced that the PS4 Pro will be launching at a price point of $399. How do you guys feel about, them releasing basically an upgraded PS4 for a decent price point? But are we really going to need it? We'll go ahead and start with the new guy, Blue Ranger.
The new guy. So with the PS Plus, or the PS Plus, the PlayStation Pro, my thoughts are kind of along the lines of, if it's a brand new console, if you're buying your first ever PlayStation console, then it's not a bad purchase at all. Because what it does is it future-proofs your gaming experience. The games that come out for it, which are, I'm pretty sure they've announced that pretty much everything's gonna be playable on the regular PS4 and the PlayStation Plus or PlayStation Pro. I'm gonna do that a lot. There's really no reason to upgrade to it from my perspective, unless you're planning on being a hardcore PlayStation VR player. Otherwise, I don't have a 4K TV or a 4K capable TV. There's kind of a little bit of a difference there. It offers a certain level of a power that it brings to the table, but unless you're really planning on going above and beyond with your gaming experience, it's not going to stream that much better if you're a streamer, because you're capped pretty much at 720 on Twitch and most sites, and unless you're really planning on having that personal experience in your massive expensive home theater, it just doesn't really it doesn't matter. It's not important. So it's kind of just, to me, it's an expense that I won't put out there unless at some point I have to. But in the meantime, if you don't have one and you're like, I want a PlayStation 4 because of this game coming out, it'll save you from spending money down the road. So it's not a terrible purchase, and the price point's not bad for that.
Okay, Angry Iceberg.
No, I agree with what he said. I think I think the price point is perfect. I think that for people, I would say that if somebody was looking to, like, say, especially if you're an Xbox One owner and you're looking to, make the jump over to PS4, you want to include it. I think it's a great time to do it. I think that the 4K, capable of UHD TVs are going to be more prevalent. They're going to become cheaper. I mean, I currently have one, and it didn't cost me all that much to begin with. So, but yeah, when you're looking at it from the perspective of a streamer, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So it's it is what it is. I think that now that with the new patch, you still got that HDR feature anyway. So it's as far as the streamers perspective, or if you already have a PS4, it's gonna be kind of a hard sell. I looked at maybe pre-ordering one, but then I was like, what do I need this for? I really don't. There's going to be, some graphics, obviously, improvements. So if you're really into that, that's, a big thing. But again, I think it's going to be more attractive to people that don't have PS4s, or people that are hardcore about the graphics and already have the 4K TV. And I think a lot of people are also going to be looking forward to the next iteration of the Xbox as well. I don't think that's going to play a big role, but I mean, at the same time, it doesn't seem like as much of a leap as a lot of people were kind of expecting, especially since Xbox announced their upgrade first, even though they didn't give a whole lot of details about it. They did give enough details. I feel that maybe Sony had time to kind of readjust their plan and their specs. And I really didn't, but the nice thing is that it's coming out this year. It's coming out at a good time. I think a lot of people will buy it during the Christmas season because it's going to be a relatively cheap version. I mean, you're going to still get, some of the PS4 Slims or whatever, but, I think it's going to be a good option for people that, coming into PlayStation environment this winter. So, so the things I like about it: better graphics, not for a streamer, but just better graphics. Good price point, good entry point. But yeah, I have no plans on buying one right now. I mean, that's just my perspective.
Okay, Rage.
Yeah, I feel the same way, guys. Like I'm not going to be picking up the new one. I've got the other one. It's fine. It does its job. It does what I need it to do. I think this is more for the person that's never adopted Sony PlayStation 4 before, or the purist, the person that really likes that high fidelity. Because really, the two main differences is that you're going to have 4K. And then the other thing is with the current GPU, it's 1.84 teraflops. With the new one, it's going to be 4.2. So there's a significant jump there. And obviously, the reason for that is because of the high fidelity, the graphic quality of the game. But yeah, as a gamer myself, as a streamer, I'm not going to purchase it. The only time I'll purchase it is when this one dies. When this one dies, I'll get that. But until then, I've got no reason to pick it up. This is really for anybody that hasn't got one yet, or again, somebody that's just, oh, I need it. I need it.
That PlayStation fanboy.
Yeah, it is perfect for that, PS4 fanboy that does have a 4K monitor and does want to display at 4K. But a couple of people in chat alluded to it. You can't play 4K movies on it, and the reason because nobody's really filming anything in 4K right now.
Oh, there's stuff in 4K. Yeah, absolutely. You have Netflix actually has a 4K option. So the big difference is that they don't have a 4K player native to it, whereas the Xbox Scorpio is gonna. And I think actually doesn't the Xbox One S actually have one?
I don't know.
I think they do. I think that's kind of what I was when I first started thinking about it. I think the Xbox One S, and somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the Xbox One S actually does have a 4K player installed, as its disk drive. So,
well, the main reason because most things aren't being filmed in 4K; they're being upscaled to 4K, and there's a difference. There's like a graphical difference that you can tell. When something is actually filmed and captured in 4K and something that is upscaled in 4K. Yeah, it does look a little bit nicer, but it's not truly 4K.
Yeah, but I don't think that's, a reason right now that Sony couldn't look forward, far enough to see that's going to be the standard moving forward. It's
oh yeah, it's definitely going.
I think it's a huge oversight, but it might have come down to cost reasons, which I don't really believe that. Maybe, I don't know. It could have, but I don't know.
I definitely think that it's the way forward. Next generation 4K is going to be a standard, no doubt about it. I just don't think that how the PS3 and the PS2, they came from SD TVs to HD TVs, and then we're going from HD to 4K. I don't think there's enough of the market out there that has adopted 4K yet in order to bring that mass market to what it needs. This is for the people that want to run VR. This is for the people that maybe want to make like games like Fallout 4 and No Man's Sky, make them look a little bit more visually appealing and a little bit better, and maybe even run a little bit better too, since these are beefier machines. But for the standard player or the Twitch streamer that either has a PS4 or is kind of on the fence about getting one, I don't think it's enough of a burden to actually make that jump. Let's see. The next topic today is PS4 not allowing mods for Skyrim and Fallout 4. Bethesda released a statement saying basically Sony was the one that declined their ability to release user-created mods on the Sony platform, saying that they just could not reach agreement on it. Do you guys think that this is possibly a security issue, or is this just Sony being Sony, not really allowing mods for much of anything?
Here,
we'll go and start.
Hold on, before we get started, we should probably mention, I don't think we mentioned it before, but remember last week how we announced we were giving something away? We should probably let everybody that's here know about it, so that they maybe stick around. What do you think?
I don't think they want this thing.
Okay, maybe we don't. All right, never mind. We won't even give it away. What do you say? You can just give it to me. I'll use it. Oh wait, I already have it. I'm done.
Yeah, you already have it. We're going to be giving away one of these guys. Union White giveaway. At the end of this podcast, we'll be giving away a Union White code. Stick around till the very end.
What's the back of that look like?
I'm not showing you the back of that. Oh, I can show you this one because I've already used this code. So I have another one here that has not been used.
That's not the one I want to see.
Yeah, exactly.
They're different. I heard they're
We
different.
will be giving one of these away at the end of the podcast. Stick around and stay tuned for the end of the podcast where we will be giving that away. But let's go ahead and talk about those mods. Do you guys feel like this is Sony crap in the bed, or do you think that they have a legitimate issue on why we shouldn't have those user-created mods? We'll go ahead and start with Iceberg.
I think anything we say is speculation because we don't sit in the front offices. Who knows what they're afraid of? I don't know. I haven't really had any experience with these mods. I do have Fallout 4, but I haven't really played it since like day one. So I have really no experience with the mods or anything. And if there has been any known issues on Xbox with it, I mean, it might be an infrastructure thing where maybe it's not just as simple as it is for Xbox. Maybe it's just like, how long have we been asking for, being able to change our names on the PlayStation Network, and they're still not giving us that? I mean, how we expect them to actually allow mods? It seems something so simple, but maybe it's a much bigger issue than we even know about. So I think it's disappointing for PlayStation players. Obviously there's going to be a lot of people that chose to play it on PlayStation with the thought that, yeah, they're going to eventually get mods. But honestly, I think that a lot of those people initially cared about it, maybe cared about it on Xbox first. I don't know. So, but yeah, it's disappointing. I own both consoles. I'm not a fanboy of either one. So, I feel like, it would be nice to be able to just have continuity across all platforms and not have exclusives like we do. But I understand the business, but obviously it's Sony's choice to opt out of it, and that's unfortunate.
Okay, Rage.
Okay, well, I think that there's, aside from the obvious ones of like copyright infringement, you're bringing in the Simpsons characters or something in as a mod, that could cause issues for Sony, and I don't think they want to dive into that. I think Microsoft's not really concerned, but Sony is. The past infrastructure of Sony, the little takedown that occurred, I think they're a little concerned about that as well, about people getting into their system through these mods. So that's probably something that's playing on their mind. What else did I have here? Yeah, inappropriate material. I don't know. I'm sure there's many of you out there that play on PC and have come across inappropriate material.
What?
And I think Sony's kind of trying to evade that.
Thomas the Dank Engine. Come on.
Oh boy.
But what is this gonna do? This is gonna fuel ammo for damn fanboys. I hate the console wars, but this is what that's gonna do. And yeah, we're just gonna have a lot of people moaning and complaining because they can't play it on PS4, and we're gonna have a lot of people on Xbox One going, haha, I can play it. That's what's gonna be the result of this. Plain and simple.
Okay. All right, Blue.
This is actually, when you told me about this, it was the first time I'd even heard about this. And the only thing I could really think about right off the bat when you brought up the security was, how their network seems to every year, not on the same time frame or anything, but once a year it goes down. The PlayStation Network goes down pretty hard. As for like the points with copyright infringement and inappropriate content and stuff, I mean, they already say, not rated for online play because, I mean, who's ever bought a Halo game, jumped into an online lobby and heard nothing but pleasant things? So you can't really, I can't really equate it to that. But I'm not a console wars person by any means, but I've always thought the Xbox Live network has been a little bit more sound because it's gone down once or twice. But PlayStation Network just, I mean, come on, didn't it get like password hacked and like everybody's information went out and stuff at one point? Like it just seems
too, not just us, but all of them got
everything went out, and that's just because the network doesn't seem quite as solid, and security seems like a pretty good reason for that. You kind of, when you go into community mods, you kind of lose the ability to regulate that. I mean, you can take them down and stuff, but they do just sort of pop up quick, and they can be pretty rough. So, I mean, there's any number of reasons. I didn't get a chance to look into it too hard, but I can't imagine it's anything other than security because of how often their network. I consider once a year going down for a week pretty often. So
Yeah.
considering
Yeah.
how often the network goes down, I think that's a legitimate reasoning.
Just
Yeah,
remember,
when-
people, you can't unsee things.
No. Well, yeah. Well, there's roofies for that. But 51 weeks out of 52 is not exactly a 100% batting record. Honestly, I think it has to do with security, but I also think that it might have something to do with the fact that Sony just doesn't want the issues that come with it. They don't want to have to host it on their servers. They don't want to have to hear the backlash from community mods. They don't want to have to scrutinize and screen every little mod that the community makes because they make thousands and thousands of mods for these games. And I honestly just don't think that Sony wants to deal with it. I think they just want to keep their platform their platform. They don't want to turn into something like Steam where every Joe and Nancy can throw something up there and see if it sticks to the wall. I think they're very scrutinous when it comes to regulations on what kind of add-ons you could put onto their store. And I think with community mods, that kind of lowers the bar on their standards. So security issue, I think 100% there is, a thought in the back of their mind saying, okay, well, if we allow them to do these mods, who's to say somebody's not running a Trojan in the background grabbing their information up? I think that's a big fear of theirs. But honestly, I think even a bigger fear is just them not wanting the hassle and headache if they release a mod that is either broken or unfixable or whatnot, and they have charged for it, that they'd have to issue all those refunds and make a public apology and things of that sort.
Yeah, I guess that's the other concern. Like these mods, how are they, guys? Like I don't play Fallout 4 that much. I've got it. I just don't play it that much. But are these mods free? Are they?
I believe so.
I'm pretty
yeah.
sure they're free.
Yeah, they don't cost anything. Okay, so that's a concern. Like, are these people that are creating mods saying, we want a percentage of blah 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 because you're using our content? So could that be another?
I would say that would be something like just in their terms of service that if you're going to upload a mod that you're not going to get anything for it. I don't think that would really even play much into this.
Well, I'm not necessarily okay. It's not about really the purchases, but more along the lines like, okay, you downloaded a mod and you broke my game, and now I can't play it anymore. What's the thing about that? Like, what?
How is the? I mean, what are the mod tools like? I mean, are they console specific, or are these mods that you can get that you can play on PC? I mean, are these the same ones you get on PC?
I think it's the ones that were made on PC are being ported over to console.
Yeah,
you can't make them on the console.
Well, I know, but I was just kind of wondering what the tools are like, because I mean, I really have no experience. But I would say there must be. I mean, how is that not a thing on the Xbox? I mean, there must be some sort of checks and measures to some sort of vetting process. I would have to imagine. I mean, I really don't know though.
It might be a little bit easier since Xbox runs Windows 10 and it runs the same operating system that a lot of PC gamers use already. So I think maybe there's your checks and balances while PS4 is running Linux. So that might be another issue as well.
Yeah, it could be. It could be.
All right. Our next topic for today is networking. Now, networking via social media and the better ways of doing this. There's some times where you get followed by a really big guy, or you admire somebody really big and you keep harassing them and be like, hi, how you doing? How do I do this? How do I do this? Oh my gosh, I love you. Oh, blah, blah, blah. So
Not my children!
MonsterousRage, stop sending me that. So what are the better ways of networking via social media? Because there's some times where you really want to push that envelope, but you kind of have to calm yourself down and be like, you know what? It'd be more tactful if I go about this slowly or go about this in this kind of a light. We'll go ahead and start with MonsterousRage.
I like being harassed. That's my favorite thing. Don't do that, people. Just be friends with people. Just be friends. Be a friend. You know how to be friends, right, people? You know how to do the friendship thing, right? That's what you need to do. That's what you need to do. Just be friendly to them. Engage in conversation, but don't be a creepy stalker. Because that's not going to gain our attention. That's going to make us go, ban. No, that's really it. It's building friendships with the people that you admire. I mean, it's just like the movie world, you know, actors and actresses don't like to be harassed by random people on the street all the time. They, you know, they want to live their own lives. I really don't have much to say other than that. Just engage the streamer or engage whoever it is that you have this, I don't even want to say crush, but you enjoy their content, you enjoy what they do. Yeah, you know what I mean, Blue? I've got no way to answer this other than don't be a psycho. Don't be a psycho.
All right, Blue.
Moral lessons.
So when I first started the networking and everything, I kind of using the social media was kind of like, I don't know how many people are a fan of The Office, but it was kind of like Ryan's Project Woof, where I was posting as soon as I went live or something. There was a tweet, there was an Instagram post, there was a Snapchat post, there was like every possible venue that I could get stuff out there. And it became unbelievably difficult to maintain this giant web of social media. I have all those outlets, and they're all under the same name. Market yourself if you're a streamer. Make sure you get the same name. And that was all great, but it became too much. And so I focused on the ones that people paid attention to, and I found that those were Twitter and Instagram or Snapchat. People really like it when you snap when you go live. I don't know why, because Twitch alerts are kind of weird. So I focused on those two. As for interacting with larger streamers than myself, and as now interacting with smaller streamers than myself, when I wanted to talk to larger streamers without being like, I'm a streamer, I was, you know, you just become friends with them and get to know them. And then eventually what happens is somebody hosts you. Somebody that they know hosts you. And then that person that you've been talking to sees that they're hosting you and goes, I know that name, that Blue Ranger guy. He's not totally annoying in my chat. And they click on your name. And then you have somebody come by really early. I had a couple of really nice people come by. Jay Sniperton, I think, was my 100th follower. And he just came by on a host. And it was just like, cool. And that kind of stuff will just happen. Every streamer I've ever talked to who's much larger than I am will say that luck is a huge part of it. So when it comes to networking with people, you kind of got to get lucky. The other thing, bust chops with people, but don't be a jerk. I so often get people responding to like my tweets and stuff in this manner where it's like, I feel like if we were best friends and had grown up together, I would laugh at what you just tweeted at me, but I don't even know your name. So like, don't be a wise ass, for lack of a better term. Make jokes, but don't be like crude. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's just the way I like to think of it is this sounds bad, but it's like a business without all the terrible red tape. Don't like go in there and talk to people like you would, you know, someone at the bar. Go in there and talk to somebody like you would if you kind of, you know, you have respect for them. So, you know, just be careful with that stuff. As for just all the social media, get your name out there, grab all of your tags and everything on every site, and don't overwhelm yourself with trying to keep up a Snapchat story and an Instagram story and Instagram posts and Facebook posts and Twitter you won't be able to do it. It's insane.
Yeah. All right, Iceberg.
Yeah, I think they hit a lot of it on the head. You know, it's really just about when you're talking about networking, you know, and we're talking about networking for the sake of growing your audience and promoting your stream. You can't like try to push yourself on anybody. You know, so what you have to do is become a part of their community, just like you want people to become a part of your community. You know, it kind of works the same way. So you get to know people through conversation. And whatnot like that. So I mean, kind of a lot of what they've already said. One of the big things that I know a lot of people really get annoyed with, and I'm you know, not really that different, but unless you have a working relationship with, you know, whatever streamer, whatever, whoever you're really trying to work with, whatever, don't like tag them in photos or whatever, you know, just to, because, you know, as you're going live, like if you're putting them, like if you're like tagging them in your posts, like say for Twitter and you're going live, I mean, it seems innocent enough, but it's actually kind of rude. I mean, you know, because like I've had people that do that for me, and I don't even know who they are. You know, it's you know, so it's one of those things where what it does is it makes the person that you're tagging kind of look like you're trying to use their work to promote yours, if that makes any sense. So it's one thing that, you know, if you talk to the person and be like, hey, you know, is that all right? You know, I just want you to know when I'm going live so you can come and hang out, you know, send them a nice friendly message or whatever, you know, and ask permission or, you know, or something like that. You know, the Friends Friday or the Followers Friday thing, you know, the hashtag FF is kind of one thing. But I mean, you just got to be kind of careful of that and make sure you're not stepping on anybody's toes, because something that you may that seems fairly innocent, you know, can end up making you look bad in the long run. So you got to be kind of careful of that. But again, just like with anything with networking, you have to come at it from both sides. You know, you want to make sure that any networking you do should be intended to be mutually beneficial with whoever you're networking with. So again, you know, you can get involved in the conversation, add to the conversation. Just don't, you know, post, you know, LOL or whatever. You know, be an active, you know, member of that, or, you know, be a contributor to that conversation or whatever. So I mean, that's the big thing. But yeah, I mean, it's, you know, networking, you know, promotion and networking are two little different things. So, you know, kind of approach it, you know, a little bit differently, if that makes sense. So yeah, just really have you know, be mindful of what you're doing and how you would view it if somebody did that to you.
Right.
And don't be a psycho.
Don't be MonsterousRage.
Don't be me.
Don't be
No.
There's only one me. Don't imitate.
When it comes to social media networking, I kind of have a unwritten policy for myself. Patience is your best friend, but also your worst enemy. And what I mean by that is don't overwhelm somebody with like trying to support them all at once and expect something in return. But then again, don't show your support and then fade away and then just not support that person again. You want to show consistency when it comes to supporting somebody. And you realize how I keep saying support, because that's the best way to network with somebody, is to support them, is to be in their chats, is to be on their social media and be like, oh, okay, I'm going to engage with this person because, you know, they, you know, play a similar game or they have a similar mindset, and I want to get in on this and be a part of this community. Being a part of somebody else's community, eventually, after long enough, they will figure out, oh, this guy's a streamer. Okay, this is interesting. You've already built up a rapport with that person. They're going to be more likely to network with you and be like, okay, well, we could do a little something here. Maybe throw you a host or a raid or whatnot, and see how that goes, and, you know, start collaborating that way. That's how I actually started networking with a lot of people in Team New Hope, actually. Was I would pop into their channel or pop into their social medias and, you know, interact with them and, you know, say, hey, what's up? Or if they had a bad day, you know, throw in an encouraging word, help lift them up a little bit. Always be there to support, whether it's your stream team or just another streamer, either in your directory or not. It's always good to, you know, carry yourself in an on-wide presence in a positive way. That way, when people look at you, say, oh, I could possibly network with this guy, your name probably goes to the top of that list because they respect what you do. They respect that you don't force yourself upon them. And you have that positive reputation throughout Twitch. And that's what you really need to have. Any other comments, questions, concerns?
Don't be a psycho.
Yeah, well, I think, you know, when you you know, kind of what you're saying, you know, with make sure your support is unwavering. I mean, you know, you shouldn't, like you said, you shouldn't really expect anything in return. You can kind of hope for stuff in return, but I mean, make sure your support is genuine. Make sure it's with somebody that you genuinely want to work with and you genuinely support. It makes it a lot easier too. And so I think that it's really easy to spot people who are just in it for themselves and really, you know, don't want to reciprocate. You know, so it's really easy to kind of spot that. So, you know, make sure you're coming from a genuine place, and that goes not just for social media, but also just for networking in general, and just in life in general. You know, it's, you know, like I said, don't, like Monsters Rage says, don't be a psycho, don't be a freaking leech, because people will find that, pick that out. I mean, because I've had several instances where people just got real pushy with me, and I'm the type, and this is just my personality, I'm the type that I'll push away. If somebody's pushing, like trying to, get real pushy with me, I'll push them away. And, and even if they are really great guys, and whatever, and they have genuine interests, and legitimate interests, and, are coming from a good place, but if they're too pushy, it just puts a real bad taste in my mouth. And so it really affects how I view that person from the very beginning. So, and it takes quite a bit for me to kind of lose that. So, and I want to assume that's going to be the same way for a lot of people. So yeah, you can't, don't try to force yourself upon anybody, I guess is what I'm saying. So anyway, but yeah, that's kind of what my 2 cents is, because it really rings true. Everything we've said really rings true for all networking, not just through social media.
Yeah.
Just to piggyback off.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just to piggyback off that, I do put a lot of emphasis on the term luck with Twitch, because I think it plays a bigger part than a lot of people realize. Although hard work absolutely is it definitely pays off, but you have to have that little bit of luck, and a lot of people refer to luck as preparation meets opportunity. And if you've built up a repertoire with a community, if you're a member of a community, if you get to the point where they trust you as a mod, if all that stuff happens. For me, just a really brief story. I had just started streaming, and then I met some of the guys that ended up being New Hope. That wasn't a thing at the time. I just made friends with them, and right as we became really close, they made a stream team. And as they were trying to pick people for this stream team, they snatched me up. They're like, we want you to be a part of this. And I was like, what? I lost it. I was so emotional over that. I had no idea. I was so new to this thing. And it was just because I made like legitimate friendships and networked, and like networking went beyond just like that professional term networking and became friendships. And we spent time together and played lots of games and streamed together. And when they decided to make a stream team, I got let in right at the ground floor. And it was, it's kind of that preparation meets opportunity kind of thing. So, if you spend your time getting to know people, and I never do like the 4 streams at the same time when I'm viewing. I don't know how people pull that off, because you miss things. I always am. If I'm in your stream, that's the only stream I'm in. And I build my relationships with people that way, and it's paid off tenfold for me.
Right. Actually, a perfect example is when I first heard of Blue Ranger. I first heard of Blue through Fistmaster 5000. I'm like, okay, this was not this last One Life Below challenge, but the one before it is when I first met you, when you were sitting on the toilet.
Oh God, you always got to bring that up.
Well, I'm just showing how I, actually got to meet
I know.
you. This was before New Hope was even a thing. And, I just sat back and I'm like, okay, this is somebody cool and whatnot. We started chatting and whatnot. And then we barely got to know each other. And then the stream team happened. New Hope kind of formed up. I was fortunate enough to get that email because I wasn't expecting one, to be honest. They said that they were focusing on larger streams. And then here I go in my email like a week after New Hope's formed. And I have an email, Fistmaster 5000, I'd like to invite you into New Hope. And I'm like shaking trying to answer the email.
Good things come out of shitty experiences, people.
but yeah, and then once you're a part of this team, you're like, okay, well, there's other members of this team. Let me go check them out. And it's kind of like an impromptu way of networking within your own stream team, because there's people in the stream team right now that I haven't been able to network with because I simply haven't had the time. But it does afford me an opportunity and that kind of connection that I could go ahead and go, oh, hey, well, what's up, Shadowhack? Or, what's going on, Chelsea? And I can go into the stream team, New Hope Raid, and just sit there and have some fun with them and get to know them not only as a streamer, but as a person. So I absolutely love networking in that regard. Network with your stream team. If you're on a stream team, if you're not with a stream team, network with another stream team if you're not even in one. Like I network with the Major Ragers all the time because guess what? We've got 2 of them right here. And we talk a lot. There's other stream teams out there that I respect. There's a lot of teams out there I respect, but there's a lot of people that aren't on a team that I respect as well. So network cautiously, don't be pushy. But also make sure you keep up with your contacts and make sure that you know that you're there for them. And that's about it for that. So our final topic of the evening.
Sorry. Don't be
Okay.
a psycho.
Don't be Canadian bacon. All right. And our last topic of the evening is preparations for Rise of Iron. So MonsterousRage, you can go ahead and grab your coffee.
Awesome. See you guys later.
But I just want to know what you guys are going to be doing to prepare for Rise of Iron. Now, MonsterousRage, I know you are the casual Destiny player. If casual was
you want me
even
to
a
go first?
term, you're divided. So I'm going to go ahead and have you go first.
Oh, guys.
What are you doing for preparations for the holiday that is September 20th?
All right. First of all, whoever's second, get ready. I'm going to download it and play it. Go.
Preload. That's my preparation.
I knew his answer was just going to be like, buy it.
I'm gonna gas up my vehicle and drive to the GameStop.
It's pretty much what it is for me, because I play so much shit. When it comes in my hands, I'm gonna play it. That's it. Yep. Am I excited? Sure. It's gonna be a reason to go back into Destiny, but yeah, that's my answer, guys. September 20th. I'm gonna purchase it and then I'm gonna play it.
Coming
And
from the
I
guy
think
that
it's-
had to run through hard mode raid with a fusion rifle.
Hey,
a
if
blue-
you can't do it, you're a scrub, folks. If you can't get through hard mode or hard raid mode on the Taken King with the fusion rifle, why are you playing the game? Why are you playing the game? You shouldn't be playing the game. Fusion rifle, do it. I guarantee you'll have fun. At least you'll piss off your other teammates.
when
Okay, I'm
when it was
done.
Gorg,
Somebody take
when it was Golgoroth challenge, he was the sixth one to hold it, and we had to tell him to literally NASCAR around.
I did some good race car sounds.
Yeah, it was funny.
That's awesome.
So, Angry Iceberg, how are you prepping for Rise of Iron?
Well, I'm not doing a whole heck of a lot. There's a lot, probably a lot of people doing more than I am. I mean, I've been 335 for months. I pretty much have had everything I've wanted for the most part for months. Right now, and it's kind of what I'm doing right now, actually, is just I'm edging my factions, making sure that when Rise of Iron drops, that I can get some packages, hopefully get some new gear, higher light level gear. I am starting to save some of my engrams, my exotic engrams again, because and before I really wasn't, because it just history proved that didn't really matter. But now with since the patch last week, it kind of seems like it does kind of matter. It may matter, and again, when the actual Rise of Iron comes out, it may not matter. I mean, we'll find out. But so that's what I'm doing, just kind of saving some exotic engrams so that I can open them up, after I'm done, or after Rise of Iron comes out. So that'll kind of help out a lot. But again, just edging the factions. I'm going to probably buy a lot of heavy ammo synths from Jura this weekend, so that I can again use that to gain rep in my factions, get more packages, to hopefully get higher light level gear. Because my main focus is, of course, to be able to play the raid on release when it goes live, to try quote unquote try to be the world's first. But that's not going to be my main focus. I mean, my main focus is just going to have fun. I've already started to put together my team, and it's really more designed around people that I enjoy playing with and want to just have some laughs, and but they're also intelligent and experienced, and we've played together enough that hopefully it'll go fairly smooth, no matter what. So yeah, as far as preparation, I mean, that's really it. There's really not a whole lot else I'm doing. I'm saving some some equipment to dismantle for legendary marks. If I want to buy some vendor gear or something like that. But yeah, other than that, I mean, for somebody like me, it's a little bit different. For somebody that's that doesn't play as much as I do, I would say make sure try to get up to the highest light level you can, so that you're getting better drops from the get-go. You're getting as far as light level drops, so that if you are looking to do the raid right away and participate in that content, then you're able to. So yeah, that's pretty much it for me. I've never really been about a whole lot of preparation. I'm also, wanting to make sure that I can enjoy the content at a reasonable pace instead of just rushing through it, even though I will be live when the content goes live, and I'll be playing that pretty much all day. You know, but I don't intend to really rush through it. I'm going to be focusing on Xbox first because that's where I'm going to be doing the raid. I will be playing a little bit Tuesday night with Princess Frida. I'll be on her, you know, with her. She wanted to do a multi-stream for a little bit, so she's doing a 24-hour stream, so I'm going to help her out with that a little bit that evening. So we'll be on the PS4 during that time. But other than that, it's mostly going to be Xbox, getting prepared for the raid. And then after that's, you know, done, then I'll be focused more on PS4, getting that ready for helping other people get through the raid as well. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
Okay, Blue Ranger. How you get Coke's Red Ranger and Zordon in to help you with King's Rise of Iron?
Zordon retired a while ago. We had to put him in a home. It was a whole thing. But I actually went from I don't know how to put this. I don't really prepare for these because like edging and stuff, you know, we talk about how we burn through the Destiny content so quick. And then I see everyone going, good, new content. Let's make sure I can do it as fast as possible. So I don't really do the edging and the preparing. I have saved some exotic engrams, but that's more about leveling for the raid than anything else, kind of like Iceberg said. But for me, I kind of went from this really laissez-faire, like just kind of relax, take it as it comes, you know, relax, kind of attitude to kind of crapping my pants a little bit. When I got asked to be part of the Crucible Radio World's First Attempt team. And I was like, well, that's exciting. I'm an Xbox player. I have it on PlayStation as well. And they go, well, we're a PlayStation team. So now I have to make sure that I'm prepared to run the raid with an attempted world first with one of the biggest Destiny podcasts out there. And I'm kind of, okay.
Don't bring a fusion rifle. They don't like it.
I'm not. Well, no, actually, they love fusion rifles, and that's where I'm I'm a proud member of the Voop Nation. So, guys in the audience, Voop Nation. But anyway, I'm more stressing because I'm not a inherent PlayStation player, and so I have two characters that Titan and a Hunter that are built up enough, but I want them to be better. And I had a light level 6 Warlock. And in the event that we find out real quick that this is a Warlock-dominated raid, I was like, nope, I got to be ready. So I've just been grinding the bejesus out of my Warlock to get it up, and it's level 40 now, but it's not even 300 light yet, and it's a little bit of a stress. But that's really, for me, it's more about just experiencing the game. I don't want to rush it too much. I don't want to get through the content as fast as possible. But now I've been given this opportunity to play with some guys that I think are really cool, met down at Destiny Community Con and stuff, and I kind of have to rush through it a little bit, I guess, but I'm excited about what's at the end of the road there.
Right. For me, during Rise of Iron, you know, I've got about 20 or 30 exotic engrams. I got another, 30 or 40 legendary engrams, and this covers both armor and weapons. I'm not really saving heavy ammo synth because I don't think that the faction rewards right off the bat are going to be the main focus. I think the main focus is getting the new exotics when you can, and then reaching your light level as fast as possible.
Well, let me just kind of interject, just to kind of clear things up. Why people are edging is to get the faction gear, because it will be a higher light level when you receive it. So it's all about leveling for the raid, and so that's kind of why people are doing that, and that's why it's important.
Right. As far as World's First, I'm not on a team to go World's First. I'm actually kind of happy about that. I would have been stressing out a little bit too much in order to get every character prep for that. I do have all 3 characters, 335. All of their subclasses are knocked out of the park. I really don't want the stress, and I think the people that were around me that are going for World's First know that. I do stream on a daily basis, and it's not always Destiny. Although I do have an announcement about that at the end of the podcast. That will soon be changing somewhat. But I thoroughly enjoy, preparing for Rise of Iron. But in the back of my mind, I'm always like, this preparation is going to be freaking worthless. They're going to do something that is just going to completely nerf every single thing. Like when Rise of Iron hits, all of our engrams are going to be gone. All of our factions are going to be reset to 0. Oh my god. And I just have this feeling like we're going to go to like light 0. Like we probably will in Destiny 2, but that's a topic for another time. But for Rise of Iron, honestly, I just like doing patrols. I like going into Crucible and wrecking with Might of Multi-Touch. And it's Might of Multi-Touch because it's the Good Touch from Borderlands 2 and Might of Multi-Tool from Destiny. I'm blending the two. So it's Might of Multi-Touch.
I don't know, it just seemed kind of dirty. The mighty multi-touch.
Oh, it is. It definitely is. That's kind of an inside joke there for Borderlands and Destiny to get together. But yeah, I'm doing what everybody else is doing. Playing Crucible, trying to get exotic engrams, doing patrols, getting my bounties up, edging the factions. Other than that, there's really not much else you can do. Make sure all your characters' subclasses are knocked out, because it's not only just about having that warlock, but it's having a warlock that can either use your Nova Bomb, or you can go in with Sunbreaker and have a res warlock, or you can go Stormcaller with it. You know, you don't know what the raid's going to do, and you don't know what you'll need for the raid, so you have to be able to be flexible. Yeah. Like Blue said, that he has to, grind out Warlock, which I feel so sorry for you. Deej loves Warlocks, and I literally told him that Warlocks suck.
They're the worst.
I use Warlocks.
And you don't play the game, so what's the matchup there?
That's why Canadian Bacon,
I guess
it
that's
still
true.
sucks.
Oh, Canadian Bacon is amazing. If there's any Canadians out there, can you please tell these people that they have no idea what they're talking about? Canadian bacon rules.
Yeah,
no, we know
that sounds like more of a patriotic thing. I mean, if it was called American bacon, we'd be like, that American bacon's awesome. No, actually, we'd probably be like, regular bacon's way better. But still, anyway, go ahead, continue. I don't know what we're talking about anymore.
But regardless of your preparations for Rise of Iron, I think as a community in a whole, even MonsterousRage can't really deny the fact that, Rise of Iron is going to be great content.
It's going to come back in.
You too.
Well, we hope it's going to be great content.
Well, I tell you what, looking from the trailer they released today, I honestly didn't start getting excited until I watched that trailer.
It looks great.
And it was actually, I watched somebody go through the trailer, kind of point by point, and I was like, oh yeah, let's do this now, so yeah.
And then he turned off Pornhub.
Were you supposed to share that with us?
Yeah. Oh wait, we're talking. What are we talking about?
We're live, right, Iceberg?
Yeah, we're still live. So
I thought this was the dress rehearsal.
I'm glad we can't see from here down. Crazy. But yeah, you just killed my train of thought with that. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Welcome.
All right, so I think it's time to go ahead and give this out. So let's go ahead and do
this. Let's do this. We'll go ahead and start the raffle as soon as we're done. Everybody's done their introductions. When it gets to you, Kadex, we can go ahead and do the giveaway at your call. But I'm going to go ahead and start the raffle. Get the raffle open right now.
Okay.
There won't be a time.
Or we could just do it next week.
Next week? No. Should we just do it next week?
Works for me.
I don't know. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and open up the raffle.
Yeah, it works for Blue, all right.
Not even able to enter.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and let me just make sure. I'm going to click that off.
What's with the waffles?
They're good.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and open up the raffle now. ! Raffle in chat is how you're going to enter. And then we can go ahead and do all the things. So,
all right.
Go ahead.
Let's go ahead and go around the room. Let's go ahead and start with MonsterousRage. Where can we find you? When can we find you there? What can we find you doing there? And why should we find you doing exactly what you do?
This is dirty sounding.
Well, if you want to know why, it's because, we have crazy people in the world, and sometimes it's nice to just be behind glass and watch them. Come over and see me. Twitch TV/MonsterousRage. I'm nuts. I'm nuts. Sometimes in a good way, sometimes just I'm nuts. But yeah, I play on. Don't be psycho. You can be nuts, just don't be psycho. I play on PlayStation 4, Wii U, Xbox One, PC. I play everything. Except sports games. I don't really play sports games. But everything else I dabble in. Currently, Recore. Recore is what I'm playing right now. Those load screens. Oh my god, they're... Oh,
is there a lot of loading screens?
Oh, they're long.
Oh,
they're
man.
so long.
I want to play that game. I haven't really watched anybody play it, but that's disappointing.
I like it, but the loading screens are just brutal. They're brutal.
Okay.
Why are you talking about my podcast like that?
But yeah, you guys, just go to the channel. You'll see all my social media links there. Twitter, YouTube, others. Just go and see me. Come over and say hi. I'm done.
All right. Blue Ranger. You can't enter raffle, by the way, Blue. I entered just to keep my code.
I'll do it. I'm doing it right now.
Enter.
Boom. I'm in.
Okay. Where can we find you, Blue?
All right. So I'm the Blue Ranger, and you can find me at twitch.tv/ImTheBlueRanger. I also have a daily YouTube channel at youtube.com/ImTheBlueRanger, and a regular vlog, which there's links to in all my other channels, that has not gotten its URL yet. I'm still working on that, but it's been a lot of fun kind of doing stuff outside of the gaming world. But I am a variety caster and part-time entertainer here on Twitch, dabbling in multiple different aspects of gaming and content creation, and it's been a ton of fun. If you just want to have fun, if you want to party, if you want to have a couple of laughs, come by, say hi. And if you're someone who likes to play with people, that sounded weird. So you like to play with streamers, you don't ever have to be a you don't have to be a follower or anything. I just like to meet people and know where they come from and what they do. It's my favorite part about this whole experience has been learning about different walks of life in different parts of the world. So come by, say hi, and tell me a little bit about yourself.
There you go. Angry Iceberg. You know, this is your place.
Yes. Okay. Well, not everybody. I mean, everybody came around from everybody else's, stream. So, I mean, some of you guys are probably not really familiar with me, but I am Angry Iceberg. I stream Destiny 7 days a week on Twitch. You can find me here playing on the Xbox One and the PS4. So I'm helping people out with things like raids and just having general fun. I do some PvP stuff. So we try to mix it up a little bit, but the main focus has been definitely helping people get through the content, and helping people find groups for that. And of course, you are watching on my stream. So if you're watching live, you can of course, if you haven't done already, feel free to hit that follow button. It's 100% free. There's also that sub button. I am a partner streamer with Twitch. $4.99. You can get some awesome emotes. You can type !! Emotes in chat to check them out, and I appreciate your support if you choose to do that. But nothing that I do requires you to be a sub. It's just, again, it just goes to support the channel and support what I do, and I appreciate all my subs and all my followers equally. So. But yeah, if you can also follow me on Twitch or on Twitter, twitter.com/angry_iceberg, Instagram, same thing, @angry_iceberg. On YouTube, you can find me on youtube.com/angry_iceberg-tv, which I will be posting this podcast up tomorrow. So make sure you go check it out there. I'll also be posting the links for everybody else from the podcast, so you can follow and find them through that if you are watching the replay on YouTube. Just look in the description. I'll have all those links for you there. You can also follow me on the Facebook, facebook.com/theangryiceberg, and we also have the Major Rager clan that you can join there. But again, all the information will be in the description on the YouTube channel or on my information panels right here if you're watching live on twitch.tv/angry_iceberg. I look forward to seeing you.
All right, and I do have a bit of an announcement before I go into my spiel here. As of Saturday, I am spending my weekends in the Destiny directory. I will be streaming Destiny on Saturdays and Sundays while still streaming Borderlands 2 Monday through Friday. I decided to go ahead and try to merge my community with the Destiny community since I know so many people with the Destiny community. It just made logical sense, and plus I still love playing Destiny almost every morning, so why not stream it? You can find me at Kadexgaming on twitch.tv/Kadexgaming, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can also find me on Twitter to stay live with current updates on twitter.com/Kadexgaming. And I do believe that it's time to pick a winner.
All right, let's go ahead and do it again. What's going to happen here, guys, is we'll have a. Oh, actually, let me bring it up. Let me see if I can bring it up on screen.
I would laugh if I won.
All right,
I would
so-
laugh if I won.
Well, if you guys, one of you guys win, I'm seriously just gonna pick against, just so you guys know.
No, I'm
clear.
gonna take the code. I'm gonna burn it in front of all of you, and you're all gonna hate me.
And then,
No,
and then we
Blue
remind
gets
you
a
that
little
you can't really
Blue
burn
gets
a
a legitimate
code.
shot of winning it.
I mean, I guess you could burn. Well, never mind. I'm not gonna even say it. All right, so
Nah,
guys,
you already
here I'm gonna just
brought
put
lots
this
again.
over MonsterousRage's face. All right, so
Where
did I
mute him
go?
too? Is there a way to mute him?
is there a way to mute him? Probably. All right, so here's the screen, just so everybody knows that here's the legit. Here's everybody's names. Okay, this is my Onk bot. So this is the raffle system right here. I just want to make sure that you guys know that there's nothing funky going on here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and stop entries now and pick a winner. And congratulations to username Geek236. Go ahead and post in chat. Just make sure you're here. Make sure you just enter the raffle and take off. Go ahead and post in chat so we see that you are actually here, and then Kadex will forward you that. We're gonna give you. I'm gonna say a minute. We'll give you a minute to say something in chat. The chat will pop up right here if he does actually say something. There he is. All right, there he got it.
Username Geek326. I will be in your whispers, and I will whisper you the code for the Union of Light. Congratulations.
Congratulations,
Bingo!
Union Geek.
And that ends today's podcast. Guys, stay tuned because Angry Iceberg will be doing some things in Destiny, shooting all
Getting
of the
some
bans.
raids. Getting some raids. This last,
And,
this last week for Moments of Triumph, guys. So we're gonna be doing some raids.
Yep. And thank you, everybody. Thank you, MonsterousRage, Angry Iceberg, and our very special guest, Blue Ranger, for coming in today. I really do appreciate that. And from Kadexgaming and everybody at the loading screen, I always urge you to keep calm and game on.
Why would you do that? Why? Why?
Butt Stallion!
All right, now get off my channel, nerds. Okay.